what will be the content of today's webinar? First, I will tell you who are we again. Yeah, well, we'll do that really shortly, just to record it in the video for the guys who are new on our YouTube channel to see this webinar, maybe if they will meet it in the internet. Yeah, what is VR? We will talk about some common things. What is that exactly right now? Then the main part will be about the different formats of VR games. So yeah, we are the company who are making the escape rooms. So we are making not just some kind of a VR project, we are making VR game. So in this case, we will talk in this way about that. And of course, there will be a gift for the participants of my webinar and for the guys who are watching it who will be watching it in a short time. And the last part is questions. So, who are we? We are the service company which is specialized in building escape rooms. We are 4 years in the market. We made more than 250 escape rooms all around the world, a lot of cities, a lot of countries. You can see that in South America, North America, US, we have a lot of partners. We have a lot of escape rooms there right now. And of course, Europe and Russia. We are located in Russia, but not in Moscow. As I know, like everybody then hears Russia, they think about the Moscow. No, we are located in Siberia, the center of Russia. Actually, we are in the Science City. So we have the street actually, which has like the biggest amount of institutes on it, like in the world. Yeah, like the street with a lot of institutes. I don't know, like more than 20 or something like that. Yeah, that's our town is famous for. We are some kind of Silicon Valley of Russia or something like that. We have a lot of IT companies here. We have a lot of brains and smart engineers. And yeah, we are making escape rooms. That is about the service company. And as I said, we own escape rooms. So we have our own escape rooms. Actually, I started as a builder of the escape room first, then I became a game master, then I became a manager of my own business, and right now I'm just coming there once a week, taking the cash out of the safe, and that's all that I'm doing for that business. So as you might see, I just passed through all the steps of the worker in the escape room, so I have a lot of experience in that. That's why you can ask me any questions connected to the escape rooms, like, I don't know, how to organize the game, how to organize the place for the game masters, how to organize the builders, anything. Also we have the event company. We are doing the outside games for bigger groups of people, for 20, for 100, 200. We made a few games for big festivals like the City Day and something like that, like the game which 1,000 people participating in one day and some stuff like that. So yeah, we have a lot of scenarios of events. We are doing it for the big companies who have a lot of money ordering such events from us. And yeah, we have a lot of fields to do. We are doing also a lot of props and decorations for some, I don't know how to call it, for not museums, but stands, you know, some scientific stands, everything, like every business where you need some props, decorations, electronics, and all that, we are doing. So yeah, we have a lot of partners in that, a lot of fields, a lot of to do, actually. So that's why I'm here, trying to share with you my experience. So, and right now we are in the process of making the VR project, and that's why I wanted to discuss it with you. So, as I said, today will be not such a more likely webinar when I will going to teach you a lot. I'm just going to tell you what I see in common. Today will be like short common information for you to understand where we are right now, in our opinion, and what were we going to do there. So the first, we finished with the introduction. Sorry, and the first slide I wanted to tell you is about what is VR actually. I wanted to show you this diagram, which is more likely not about the VR, about like any new technology. I hope maybe you saw it before. If not, I will tell you what it is about. So yeah, the hype cycle it is called, according to Gardner. He invented that. So the visibility is some kind of expectations, I should call. Time is time. So then the technology appears. Like as an example, I could take any technology. So like machine learning, VR, AR. Cryptocurrencies, these voice advisors like Siri or others, like any technology which appears, it is starts to the expectations at first they are becoming really high, and then like the people are inventing not machine like VR for example, yeah. They are imagining that they will do some really fantastic stuff with that, and their expectations are too high, I should say. So that is what the peak of inflated expectations is about. But with a small amount of time, people are having a lot of obstacles. So they are starting to do their projects. I'm not telling like for some kind of exact people, for like the humanity by itself. So some companies are starting to do some developing and researching in this field, and they are having some obstacles, and they are realizing that what they expected before might not be even real in the future. So at this point, a lot of technologies, a lot of companies, not technologies actually, I should say companies and projects are just crashed and got to the this trough of the delusionment. Delusionment. And like after all, we just having this feeling of, oh, it is not working. I expected this, and it is not even this. It is way down more. So at this point, every technology has a problems like as an invention, and a lot of projects are dying at this moment. But starting from that, there is a slope of enlightenment and small steps of new ideas, new technologies in this field are coming in, and you are realizing what you might do actually, what you might realize, how you can use it. And there is a plot of productivity, so at this point you have the expectations like right, you know what you can do for sure, and you know what steps you need to accept to get there. So why am I telling this? Because every new technology are going through this diagram actually. And for example, I will not tell you the history of VR by itself because it started in like there are different even terms and explanations what is VR exactly. But as in common, the history of VR started in 15s of the previous century, but we can look at this like starting from this century, starting from 2000s. First, people invented these first glasses. They were really, I should say, bad in resolution because you remember 10 years ago we even didn't have, not 10, 11 years ago we didn't have the iPhone or smartphones with a good screen actually. So just imagine what kind of VR we had there, like nothing. And a few, like even not 10, even 5 years ago, the glasses that we had for VR was for such a bad quality. So the technology was invented, the expectation was really high, but then the first testers put on the glasses, and they got, I don't know, for example, in 2012, they put on the glasses. We had a good resolution already there on our common monitors, but we put on the glasses and we got the resolution of the games from the previous century. Like I'm talking about games today because it's easier to go further in this field, not touching other fields. We are having the resolution in these glasses of the game Doom 2, for example, yeah, and we are having this. I don't know how to say. Sad emotions about that. We expected to see a new real world in these glasses, and we are just having something really bad. And this is what VR met a few years ago. That was just a few years ago, like 3 to 5 years ago, and a lot of projects appeared 5 years ago on VR. They met a lot of obstacles. They crashed, they died, they forgot about that because they thought, like, okay, we cannot do that because the resolution is not enough, or something like that. And then, right now, as you know, we have a 4K, we have 8K, 16K, we have like some other, yeah, I need to tell you what is VR actually, immersion stuff that you could use. And step by step, we are having new technologies to make VR alive, to make our expectations, what we have here, but the real expectations, which are at the final diagram here. We need to just work hard to get there. But like 10 years, we thought we had the expectations here, but our technologies, our possibilities was way down. So yeah, that's some kind of a theory. So I think that's not about all the technologies. All the speaking of technologies, everything works in this way, really. But I think that is might be about some your business models and new business started, or I don't know, any other projects. So you might use this diagram. Back to the VR. What is VR actually? Yeah. So I will talk again in this like sense of game, not talking about some other projects. There are a lot of actually interesting projects in VR, in medicine, in the cosmos stuff and all that. About the games. So VR is some kind of connection of our I don't know, immersion, or not immersion, connection of our I don't know how to say it. Even I don't know how to say it in Russian, not in English. But VR, it is some kind of an environment, not real environment, which you can be put it in and play there. If we are talking about the games, so VR is not actually just about the glasses where you can play the games. Actually, we can call the VR some attractions. Then you're sitting in the cinema, which is has the screens all around. That also might be the VR. The sphere screen, also VR. So there are different formats of VR. And the main idea is that there is an other environment which you can be put in, and how can you can get there? You need to use your senses. The first one and the most easy one to use, of course, it's our eyes, the visualizations. So that's why the glasses is the most important part here. So we are using these helmets for the VR playing games or other stuff. But also right now we have five senses, yeah. So we need to use others, and that is also the problem about this diagram, that before we didn't know how to use the other senses. We just knew that we need to be closer to the screen, and if we will watch like the video right here, we will feel we can feel that we are exactly in this world. But actually, we can as more senses you are using, more you are feeling in this new environment. So yeah, touching, feeling by nose, and all the other stuff you also need to use, and don't forget about that. And then you are talking about the VR. Wow, that is some kind of a theoretical part about what we, not about the history of VR, but about what it is about. What is about? Okay, going closer to what the VR game is actually about, and the pros and cons. So I'm getting closer to the theme that we are the owners of the escape rooms. So why the VR games could be interesting for us? It's interesting for us, and I'm going to tell you why. Like for me personal. First of all, then we realized, and then we started the escape rooms. We wanted to put the players into some new worlds. So we have an escape rooms of like different themes: the horrors, the magic worlds, the adventures, the Egyptian themes. I don't know, the ancient times. So as you know, the themes of the escape rooms, then they're innumerable. You can try everything you want, but in the VR world, you can do more than that. You can do like something which is not even possible. You can fly. You can use the real magic and all that. So as a computer game, you are able to do anything you want. You are able to do the salto. Actually, yeah, but somebody can do that in real life, but somebody not. So you are able to do anything you want and add it into the game. So what is impossible in the real life? VR right now, as I said, we had the big expectations before. We had this thought, the disillusionment, and right now it is still interesting for other people who are not in this field, because VR, it is still not still. It's like for next for next, I think 10 years, for sure, it will be something new, some like high technologies. I don't know. For example, I wanted to say about the electric cars, but I'm not sure. I don't remember what. Like right now, electric cars is really common. So you can buy it, you can use it. There are no problems. But a few years ago, it was something wow. For VR, right now, it is something wow, and it still will be something wow in 10 years, because right now the technology is making little steps of getting more suitable for people, more like everybody can afford it and all the other stuff. So that is why, if you're putting that you're putting on your website that you have a VR game, if you're telling your friends that you are having the VR game, it is something new, it's something interesting, and that is a positive moment about your business or project. Also, that is mostly about like our exact business, escape rooms. We are purchasing the equipment one time, and we can use a lot of games. So in this case, and the next point actually is also about that. We have one room, we have one place, we can download as many games as we want there, and we are paying rent once, for just one room, but the possibility of the booking of this room is higher because we have a few games there. So more bookings, more money, more profit in this case, because the rent is not changing. Room is just one. That just a positive moments like that just from my mind in 5 minutes. If I will spend like more time, we can take more of them. But these are just not the main ones. Just other points might be taken from these big ones. But we also have the minuses here. First one I wrote, not real life. Actually, that's a real interesting thing that then we made escape rooms. We were really proud that people were sitting at homes playing computers and all that stuff, and we took them from that. We took them from their homes to play the games, but in real life with their friends, but in the real room to feel them, to feel themselves in some kind of a, as I said, new real world, but in a real life. So, but using VR game, it is again not real life. So we are going back to the computers, even though we have the new world there, not real one, but new environment actually in the VR. But that is something that is opposite to what we wanted before. But this is something new and taking us to, I don't know, on the new level of our thinking about that. That's just the point to discuss. Fast technology changes. Of course, that is exactly what I was saying before. We like the Google tried this technology for to make the Google glasses, and as I read somewhere before, this technology is one of the most how to say things that was the opposite to success. I forgot the word. So because they wanted something to do something really cool, but the time was not ready. The technologies was not ready. They just can't do. They had no possibilities to do that even. But right now, our technologies are, even though they are making few small steps, but they are changing really fast. We are having like more powerful computers every year, processors, video cards, and all that. We are having, as I said, new resolution screens to put them into the glasses. We are having other equipment to use for other senses, like the glows to feel the touching. Yeah, if you wanted to take some item, you will feel it with your glow. So some other, like the costumes for the AR game. So fast technology changes. That is the positive, because we are getting closer to put the player into some kind of almost real world. But it is the minus, because you're buying a computer. Next year it will be not a like high level computer, because there will be something new. And some physical limitations. With the growing of the technology, we are getting rid of this point, but still, like that will be, I don't know, for a big time, for a long time. That still will be here, because people are feeling different. Then you are putting screens so close to your eyes. Somebody is having the problems with their eyes. It depends actually on the quality of the game, on the resolution, on what is going on in the game. Because if somebody of you played these games that you're putting the glasses and in the game you're going on the roller coaster, for example, you're feeling not okay, because your mind, your brain thinks that you're on the roller coaster, but your legs are staying on the floor, and you have your mind just crashes. And then I first played this game like 3 or 4 years ago. First I was feeling okay, it was fun, but after that I had a like I had a 1 hour I was feeling really sick. I was feeling really bad. I had a headache because my mind was just crushed with that game. Because of the difference in senses. My legs thought that I am staying on the ground. My mind was thinking that I'm somewhere flying, and that is a real problem. So right now, if you are making a good quality game, that is the first thing you need to do. You need to think about that, and it is a big work to do that, but with fast-growing technologies, you can do that. You can get rid of physical limitations. You can get rid of this sickness. And actually, what I'm playing right now is really okay. And I'm not talking just about our project. I'm talking about different games, or in PlayStation, for example. It is great because the technologies are getting better. So yeah, but don't forget about that, because if you'll start to to buy these games from somebody, if you wanted to play by yourself, just remember about this point, and be sure that it is okay here. Yes, I think that was the positive and negative moments about the VR games. Why should you think about to use it at your exact escape rooms place, or to add it to your future escape rooms, or to start this business as it is just a VR game, or like these are, in my opinion, I made like this slide in 5 minutes, the main positive moments and the negative ones. What do you need to remember about? Okay, and now I just wanted to tell you about the different VR game formats which we have right now, discuss them, what are their future, and we'll be going from the simple ones to the complicated ones, which are now maybe or even under work. So the first one, game console. So right here you can see, if I'm not mistaken, that is a PlayStation Sony VR. I don't remember like the exact name of it. It's like VR PlayStation. So what's the difference? Difference is that is just a computer games which are you might play on your computer or your PlayStation at home. But in this case, you're also getting involved in this environment by putting on the glasses, and you're seeing not just what is on the screen. You're seeing exactly what is on the screen, but with moving your head, you're also realizing that you're controlling yourself in this environment. But actually, that is not big difference between just the screen of the computer or the game console and this VR game. So you're just feeling more immersed, but it is interesting. It's the interesting experience. I played that also, PlayStation. The game uses there is a, if you remember the Kinect, if the pronunciation right, Kinect for the Xbox, it is working exactly the same. So it is seeing you, what you're doing. It is catching your moves of your head, moves or of your arms, I don't know. So you're not just looking around in the game. So you might use your body to move there, but a little bit, just on at one place. I don't know how to say. So just you're controlling the game through the controller, but you can use one more sense in the game. Something like that. That's the easiest part. So that is right now starting to be more affordable for most of the players. So of course it is not cheap to buy these glasses. I don't know. I don't remember exact price. Maybe $1,000 or something like that. To buy it, to connect it to your PlayStation, you can play some of the games. So you just need to find the games which are suitable for this technology, and you can use it at home. by yourself as a gamer, one, and to be alone again. So that's the first format. That is really simple. That is what everybody could do. The next one, VR club. Then you are doing the same thing, but actually you are putting it. This is this is more likely about the business. So you're putting in one room a few of these equipment stuff, and players could could play in one environment. For example, on the right picture, you are seeing that they are playing some races, yeah, on the cars, and seems like that they are on the same race. They are playing all together, even though they are sitting in different cars, different chairs. They are not interacting in real life. They are interacting just in this environment, so they could be, and they are using the same stuff which is there. This is I will tell you why this one is the lazy one. And on the left side, you could see, I wanted to tell you about one more technology which is called lip motion. This is the really simple thing. Yeah, maybe you know about that. If not, I will tell you. So, if you could see on the glasses, there is a small camera on them, and these glasses actually catches the moving of your arms, of your hands. So this technology get the information where your hands are and what are they are doing. So you can interact in this game with not only through the controller, which was in the previous slide, but you can interact through your arms. I played one of those games actually also where four of the players were sitting in different chairs, and we had this imaginary world, and all the actions that we needed to do in this game were made by our arms. So like pushing the arms forward means that I'm going forward, I'm flying forward. Pushing the arms back means that I'm going back, like turning around. I don't remember if you're using some moving of your arms like in special positions. This means that you're making, I don't know, magic ball, or it was some sci-fi game. I don't remember actually. So you're using something to play the game. So yeah, different positions means different stuff. That is already interesting, but remember I told about the physical limitations. I felt it, and all other players felt it a lot, I should say, because again, we were sitting in the chairs, but I pushed the arms forward, and my mind are flying somewhere. And actually, for this game, I played I played like 30 or 40 minutes, and only then I felt a little bit of bad before, but after 40 minutes, I said, no, stop. I just don't want to play in that again. Yeah, so, and I called this VR club the lazy one just because you are sitting on the chair using this technology with the arms, or using other controllers, like not the actual controller that sticks for the game console, but you're using wheels or something like that for racing. So, but still, you're sitting on the chair. This is the lazy one. You're not moving. You're just turning your head to look at the world, how it is beautiful in the VR, and that's all. That's all what you're doing here. The next one is the VR club, but we are adding some action. This one, I should say that this is the most popular model, business model right now. The guys are, because it's really simple. You're just buying the equipment. You're making the facility, you're making the website, you're starting to this business. So what's the difference? As you might see, I mean, about the technology, we are adding moving of your body here. So we have the special, so this is the example of HTC Vive technology. Actually, I could say that in our project we are using this equipment, this technology, and players have the glasses on their head, players have the sticks, and they can actually move, but not really far. On the second picture, you could see that they have the wire, and this wire is just the limit that they could walk in the space of what, I don't know, mm, 10 by 10 feet, something like that. Yeah, so each player has his own space. He can walk there, but not so far. Again, you can, but here you're not sitting on the chair. You can turn around, but not just as your head. You can turn the full body. You can go a few steps somewhere. You can pick something with these sticks. So, and these sticks, they are playing as your hands. So there are buttons. You can pick something. You can use the arrow and the bow. Yeah, you can use them for the bow shooting. You can use them for the gun shooting, for everything. And you're moving in the game for different buttons, like pushing the button, and you're just transporting to the place that you were seeing in your glasses before, or you're picking the place where to be transported, something like that. But in this case, we are starting adding some action. We are moving, and don't forget that in this case, we can interact with different people, even though we are in the same facility, but we have our own space, so we are limited, and we are not crossing each other. We cannot touch each other in real life, but we can interact in this game. So we can be in one game. We can play. We played Serious Sam, for example, in the game. We were just shooting the zombies of someone, or some other games. This is the most popular business model right now because it's very easy. It is, I might say, cheap in terms of VR. Cheap because actually it's not so cheap because the equipment cost is for to buy the computer and glasses and sticks for one player. It might be from $3,000-4,000 to $6,000-7,000. So to start this business, you will need $65,000 to get the equipment for all the players, to prepare the room and all that. But the games, you will have a lot of games which are from Steam or somewhere. You're buying them, players could play them. You're having bookings. Of course, it is not affordable for the players to buy it at home, because you need to prepare the place, actually, because in this case you will need to put the bases to fix your movings, to accept your movings in this space. But so in this case, we are right now here we are starting the business, so you can buy it, you can use it, and this is, in my opinion, like the most popular one, because I'm seeing right now a lot of VR clubs all around, and they are using one of these two technologies. Again, you can move, you make a few steps, but you cannot interact with other players. The next step, we are going further. Next format is really way more interesting, because this is mostly about a VR room. I call it VR room. So previously it was VR club, because everybody is on his exact place and they're interacting in the game. I can interact in the game even though I'm sitting at home and I'm interacting with somebody who is at the other side of the planet. But the next VR room is about that players. I don't see it on this picture, so because they are connected through wires, But you can put the computers on the shoulders, and in this case, players can interact. They are in one room. They have the same place. They are using sticks. They are using glasses, and they are seeing each other Actually, they're seeing each other avatars, and these avatars consist of only head and arms because of glasses and sticks, controllers. So yeah, but in this case, this is like more interesting because you can be close to your partner, your friend. You can interact. You can make some more real life stuff doing in that. But the limitation here is not so many. So here you need to find the exactly projects or companies which are making the games for that, because this is not something really simple that we had before. This is not just sim games. This is something that you need to buy from somebody else to buy a project, because and also we are getting more immersion here, we are getting more emotions here, but we are getting more limitations, because previously we had the full environment, and as I said, I want to go there. I just push the button on the controller and my avatar transported there, and I have the really big world I can explore. In this case, as it is written in the name, VR room. So we are having just one room. It is limited, and we are limited in this room. So we cannot go somewhere far. We are just in this room. So in this case, we are using, for example, we did some stuff. We solved some puzzles here. If we're talking about escape games, or yeah, we are talking about escape games. We did something that we need to go further, and our location, our scene need to be changed. So like the glass is just turned off. I mean the dark is coming, and the next scene appears. Next scene might be in other world, but again we are limited the space of this room. So we are getting more immersion. We are getting something new here, but we have the limitations. That is really like almost really close to get into VR as into the real world, because because of the interaction between players. But a few projects we have right now in the world which are doing, in my opinion, today I'm just and like every webinar I'm telling you just what I'm like my thoughts. The VR in the games which is the most immersed, the most interactive one. This is this is not my name. I found it in the internet. This is the hyper reality VR games. What are they about? They are about they're about all the technologies we discussed before. So on the left picture, you can see that there are lip motion technology used. So this guy sees his own hand and he is trying to touch something. So in this case, you're interacting not with the controllers, you're interacting not with the virtual objects. Yeah, because in all the previous points, you can see that there is nothing in the room. So if I see some gun, for example, yeah, or I don't know, anything in the game, I'm picking it with the controller and it appears in my hand. So, but I don't touch anything. I just have the controller in my arm. So this is the virtual object. But in this case, the virtual objects, actually the real objects become virtual objects, and they are in the game. So this guy is trying to touch the table. It will be a table in the game, or it could be something the same of the same shape. It could be not a table. It could be a box. It could be a aquarium or something like that. On the right picture, the same. So they are putting some stuff in the box, and they have these sticks or something, yeah. And these sticks in the game, could be, I don't know, torch, sword, what else? It could be battery or something like that. But they are feeling this object. So in this case, we are interacting with our hands. As I said, different technologies appears. The left one uses lip motion. Also, the right one, you can see a lot of these small balls on the glasses, on the arms of the players. So the hyper reality games, they are using also. There are a few options to use different technologies, but right now mostly they are using. I will tell you. You can Google this name. OptiTrack technology. OptiTrack technology, they are using optics technologies. So these balls, they're not sensors, but they're like sensors, and a lot of cameras are in the room, and they're catching this ball position in the space, and they understand that this exact object in this position, in these coordinates of the room. So to add more reality here, players are also with these, I will call them sensors, with these balls. Their arms, their legs, we can put them on their legs, and the head position, of course. So in this case, we are operating with our own hands. We are touching real objects, which are something. Not all the objects, of course, in our game will be real, but some of them that we are interacting with should be. It is adding like so much more immersion. But a little bit of commercial right now here. So you can Google the OptiTrack technology, this company. So most of the games and the projects which are right now in the world in this format of games, they are using this technology. And actually these guys are really cool. So they made something that others just cannot do before. This technology is like 2 or 3 years. It works really, more, of course, more. But in the VR games, in this field, they are using it for 2 or 3 years, and it is very cool technology. It is really hard to synchronize, or how to say, connect so many cameras in one line and to operate with all this data. That is the only one problem. So in this case, that these guys are so cool and so smart, and what they did is great. Their price is like, just to buy the equipment, these cameras and their software for the game for 4 players for one room, you need $100,000. This is just the cameras and all that stuff. Also, you need to buy computers, glasses. You need to make objects. You need to, and this is $100,000 just for their technology. It is really cool, but it is a lot of money. And you can find some other companies that are selling franchise in this field, and they have a really cool projects right now. And the price, or the investments, I should say, the investments that you should pay to start this business, they start from around, they told me, $250,000. So for $250,000, you will make a small room with a good technology, with all that stuff, but it will be a small, simple room. If you want something more, it is $500,000, or if you want a really cool big game, just for 4 players, it is $1 million. Of course, it's great, and if I had $1 million, maybe I would buy it and use this technology and make it. But we are in some kind of other market right now. Yeah, we are doing escape rooms, and to make the escape room, of course, we are not investing $1 million here. So that's why we decided to find something new, and it appears that other technology. It is actually, that is what also we talked about that before. The other technology is fast technology growing. The company HTC Vive, they made by themselves the same stuff, all this technology, which is realizing where I am at the place, but we can use. They made not these controllers. They made sensors, or how to call them, which are replacement of these balls. So they are looking this closely the same, but using other technology. This technology uses not the optical appearance, but this technology uses magnet technology. I don't know how to say. It is. We are putting more info that is not about the webinar about some common stuff, but the technology differs a little bit. So in this technology, we don't have to use so many cameras around for the place of how much? Not 10, 100 to 100 feet. We need to use just two bases, like two cameras. Base is the replacement for the camera, but they are not the optical ones, they are the magnet ones. So two cameras. For the place bigger, you need to use 4 cameras. And the cost of this equipment, not $100 minimum, but like $25,000. Like 4 times less. Before $100,000, that is just for the cameras and technology. You need to buy all the equipment. Here, you need to, with the new HTC Vive, these bases are coming with them actually. So they are providing you this technology for free. You need to just use this technology and make the content for the game. It's not so easy to do, to operate with all the controllers in the game and all that stuff. So the company by itself, the HTC Vive, they made a new technology and they provided to the companies that are making games to use their technology. So and the cost of it 5 or maybe even more times less. So we are using this technology. You can read about it, about the HTC Vive, about the OptiTrack. You can find it, and yeah, I'm just telling you what other technologies are in the market, what are we doing, and where it goes. Yes, and exactly. Oh, that's just one more picture for you to see. That's the players. Actually, I can see that these pictures are not the same moment in the game, because the players are with their hand raised, and here one of the guys, their hands are down, placed. So yeah, this is also optical technology, seeing all these small balls, and this is how it appears in the game. So we talked a lot about that, about the different formats. So the conclusion of the hyper reality game is that it is about the full immersion, the interaction with real objects. Really, I could tell you that then I first tried it on our own demo. My main wow was then I came to the wall in the VR game. I touched it, and it was a wall in the game, and it was a real wall in the life. It was really, it was wow, because in the game, then you are playing races, then you are playing like anything. You cannot touch something there. Then you're playing with the controller. Also, you're touching the sticks, you're touching the buttons, and that's all. You're not interacting with this environment that you have in the game. And right here, I was touching the wall, which is in the game, and that was the shock, I could say. And after that, I take the stick, which, as I said, could be in the game a torch, a battery, or something else, and it is a real object, and it is an object in my virtual game, and the immersion is really high, and even such small, maybe stupid stuff like touching the wall makes you feel like really wow. This is about the hyper reality games. What are they about? And what are they providing you right now? So, like in the future, yeah, talking about the future actually, future of VR. Of course, there will be new visualization technologies. So, right now we are having less sickness from the VR because the resolution of the screen getting higher and higher, and that is really good. We won't have the headaches. New immersion technologies. That is exactly about the glows, or I don't know if you saw the movie of the how it calls player one, the first player ready or something like that. Yeah, in English, I don't know the exact translation. This is the scene from this movie. They were using in this movie the costume, which is exactly about we were talking before, like somebody is touching you in the game, and this costume gives you these senses. So new immersion technologies about also we can use some smelling stuff in the game right now. Because it is really easy. So we are planning to add this actually in our game, because if you're appearing in some hospital and you're adding this smell of hospital, for example, I don't know, of course the immersion will be higher. What else? Sound, of course, sound is solved right now just with the headset, but if you add system 5-to-1 or 7-to-1 in the real room, it also might be even more cooler immersion and all that stuff. So, and we will have new technologies in the future, and of course they will add something more new in VR. New ways of communication and interaction. That is mostly about like going from format to format, like to the final one about which is right now the hyper reality games. Ways of communication between players. So right now we can shake the hands with the player. We can touch the other player. We will have some problems with that actually because of some developing secrets. I will tell you that about on the conference if you'll be there. But anyway, new ways of communication and interaction between players are coming, as also you might saw in the movie before. And like I read an article that the first the high expectation was that by 2020, the market of VR will be $50 billion. Of course, right now the expectations changed because we made this diagram of we made it hype cycle. But right now the expectations are more real, and it will be 20 to 30 billion market in 2025. So we need to start right now because then it will be a really cool one. So right now, I think in the previous year it was 2.5 or something like there billions market of VR in the whole world. And of course, who knows? This is a real new technology, and maybe in a few years something really cool and new will be invented, and it will change the whole world and change the whole VR production. So this is, in my opinion, the future of VR, and where are we going right now? And we have a few years to catch this wave and to make some cool projects in this place. Because, for example, half a year ago I played the game. No, half a year, maybe less. I played the game, VR game, which is something more. It was not hyper reality game. It was something between VR room and hyper reality game. So they need something more to add. But it was on OptiTrack technology, and the booking of this game is few times more than the classical escape rooms. They are getting, I don't know, for one weekend they are getting the amount of money which some escape rooms making for 1 week or two or even month. So it is something new. It is something really interesting. And actually, I should say that their quality is really high, but no, their quality is good, but I didn't like it actually. So, but player, maybe I'm a I like some kind of perfection. I'm trying to find something really cool and new, but players love it. They have a lot of bookings. This is something new, interesting, new technology. Of course, they have a lot of bookings. So in the future, in the next 5 to 10 years, any project in VR will be success. I mean, if you're doing something in VR, it will be interesting for people. It might be not successful. I mean, if you are inventing some technology, of course, you might have the crash in there. But it is a really good potential market. Okay, and why am I telling all that? Because yes, as I said before at the beginning, this Monday actually I'm flying to the USA, and I'm going to the Room Escape conference and tour, the Transform one. It will be in the Nashville these dates, 27th to 29th of July. So if you are going to be there, that is great. We can show you there. So right now we are 3 months in this VR game market. We have the IT team, which actually did the VR projects before, and right now we started to make our VR escape game. And for 3 months, we made a lot of course, the quality is not so high, but they made a lot of stuff which is interesting, and we just started. So we have a high possibility to make a really good product there, and we are showing this. We're not showing the game. We're not showing something. We are demonstrating that this is real. This is what we are getting right now. This is there we are. VR is really interesting, and let's do it together. So we will be at the conference. We will have the booth number 510. Yeah, 510. I think so. If you'll be there, come to our booth, and we'll talk about that more if you want. We will show you our technology, what you can do, and our expectations. I will share you, I don't know, our scenario even. I can show you some parts of the scenario of a future game, the main idea, and what we are going to put there and to do there. And of course, the gift for the participants or for the guys who are watching this webinar in record, but during few days, because this is really limited offer for you. If you are buying the scenario until the end of July, you will have the 5% discount for the electronics for that scenario. That is only about that I'm just leaving, and I will. I just wanted to make this discount. So actually, the price of the scenario in our company. This is the first one is about our classical escape rooms. Sorry, because I know that some of you are watching this in record or in live, and you are having the escape rooms or doing the escape rooms. So the price for the scenario for escape room is mostly $1,000. It's like $950. So 5% discount is actually half the price. But I don't want to give you the 50% discount for the scenario because I want you to, of course, buy our equipment, props, and all that stuff. So if you're buying the scenario right now, you will have the 500 discount for the game in the future. Like the cost of the game, I don't know, $10,000 or $15,000. You will have 500 discount. We will just cut it out of there, and you will get some props for free, which are for this scenario. And the second one, I just wanted to tell you, if you are going to be on the conference or maybe not, but you are interested in our VR project, we are not now, but maybe from August. We can talk right now, but starting from August, we will start the pre-sale for our project. So it will be ready. I will be honest with you, it will be ready closely to the November or December this year, but the price that we are giving right now is too low, in my opinion. So $12,000. You can buy for $12,000. You can buy a game for the third format or for the fourth one. Yeah, which is the VR room, which is the with the then you are with the controllers in one room operating the virtual objects. But you will, just believe me, you will not find the hyper reality game which will cost you that amount of money. The $12,000, that is not about the whole equipment, and this is only lifelong license. The whole equipment is also $25,000. Our license and the preparation of the room, some props and stuff. So, but still, even it might be less than to make a VR club, but you will have the highest quality hyper reality game. So you will not find any of those any others which are close to that. And what are we doing? So this $12,000 actually is some kind of a price that we did to compare this price to the VR rooms, but VR rooms and hyper reality games, they're inequality, they're like here, but the price of those 12,000. So we decided to make the price the same for the beginning, just for the beginning, to just catch the market, to get as many games as we can. And I think next year we will raise our price in 2 or 3 times because it is worth it. But right now, as a pre-sale, even from those, we just cut it 50% discount, just cut it half. And if you want to become our partner and maybe to put something from yourself to that game, because if you're buying the pre-sale, of course we will give you the scenario of the game and you can make some adjustments, you can make some suggestions what you want to add maybe, or make what you want to remove. We will maybe we will not do everything you want, but we will get your opinion. We will think about that, and we will edit the scenario, edit the game, and all that interactions also with you. So that is just $6,000 to become our partner and to help this project start and all that. So that is our offers for today. They are the pre-sale is until 1st of September, but the scenario discount is until the end of July, because I said that because I'm getting to the USA, and yeah, I will just that is some kind of a promo action for that. So I think that's all. I wanted to make this webinar to be half of an hour, and it turns more than an hour again. Sorry for talking so long, for taking so long, taking of your time. But I really hope that you liked it. I mean, I hope that you get some more new information about the VR. Get some, if you wanted, if you just thought about that before, maybe right now you got more information, or you know what to Google or where to go. Like, forget about the hyper reality games and I wanted to start VR club. Great, that is a good idea. Also, you will Google it, you will find a lot of YouTube videos of businessmen who already started that, and you will find a lot of advice on that. Or maybe you wanted to buy the PlayStation VR at home and all that stuff. So I hope that I gave you some, that is a simple common information. Of course, I can provide you information about some technologies that we are using. What's the difference between OptiTrack, which costs $100,000, and our technology, which costs $10,000. This is not actually our technology. This is the HTC Vive technology. The thing is that they one thing that we are using right now, they invented and they put it on the market this May, like 2 months ago. And they even, some of the equipment are not even at the sale right now, and we are getting it in our company, and we are making projects on it. Of course, it will be available soon, in a few months, and we are already working on it. So yeah, I hope you get some useful information. I see Ken asking me what size of room do you think the hyper reality game will require? Okay, we are planning to do, so as I said, we don't want to do, if you want, you can Google some big projects. No, I will not tell this on the webinar. I will tell you that personally or via email if you want. About some companies, our competitors, but they're not actually our competitors. Some companies, they are doing a huge some kind of a hyper reality games, I will call it, on the big space, like, I don't know, 100, 200, 500 square meters. We are on the escape market. We don't want to, of course we want to earn $1 million for one project, but we are not there. We are not in this market. We are making escape rooms. We are on this field. We know the escape rooms. We are doing what we are doing, where we are good at, and we are working at the escape market. So we decided to do our project that it will be the replacement or another option to add into your escape room company. So that is why we decided to use this technology, because with two bases, two cameras, it allows to use on the 36 square meters. 36. 6 meters to 6 square, 6 to 6 meters. With 4 bases, it allows to use on the 10 to 10 meters, so 100 square meters. So for better, for getting less mistakes, because 2 bases, we are now thinking might not be enough. It will be enough, but to be like fully sure to put 4 players in a lot of stuff, we are thinking of using 4 bases, but on the place of 30 to 40 square meters, because this is the amount of the space for the classical room needed. but actually we are able to do that for 50 and 60 square meters. So right now we are working in some, the middle is 40 square meters. So we decided that we will use that 40 square meters. This is what we are right now working for our game. But also you asked me, can we do it on a smaller space? Yes, we can. We discussed that. But in this case, we think that, for example, 20 square meters is not enough even for a real game, not a virtual reality game. So in this case, we could make that, but it will be the game for just 2 players for 20 square meters. Our average project will be for 40 square meters, but we are able to do that until 100 square meters. So I think that will be later. So first we'll make this 40 square meters game, but maybe at the beginning of next year we will prepare. It will be easier, then we'll have a final project. We'll make few options to make it 20 square meters for 2 players, middle one, and the big one 100 square meters for 4 players with a lot of space. So I think we'll do that. How many players in the Hyper Reality game? As I said, from 2 to 4 we are now planning. And that's what we are going to do. That's what we are able to do actually. What is the name of the technology you are using? That is HTC Vive. HTC Vive, the name of the technology, the exact term of the physical term, I'm not sure about the English translation. If you want, also I will send you this description how it works. So the OptiTrack technology, they are a lot of cameras. They are catching like optical, like a simple camera catching these balls. In our technology, there is a I forgot, net. Well, this is the word. Magnet net is coming from one base, like it is selling a net, magnet net, and once it appears at the sensor sends the signal that the magnet net just came to me. Then the next sensor get the magnet net, it is sending the signal. It is really fast, and these bases, they are sending these magnet nets, and these sensors sending the signal to the main computer where they are. So in this case, this technology actually better than the optical one, because the optical, if you will close these balls from the cameras, the technology, the main brain will lose this part. Like for example, I have these balls on my arm. The camera sees these balls. I see in the virtual game, I see my arm. If I will close these balls, if I will hide my hand somewhere, the cameras will lose it, and my hand in the game will become crazy. It might be there, it will disappear or something like that. It will not disappear because it is in the game, the hand in the game, but the brain cannot show it where it is because I closed my or other player just came to me closely and closed these balls, and I will just lose this hand in my game, so it will be somewhere, I don't know, like that. But HTC Vive technology, because of these magnet nets coming, seems like it is not necessary for the controller from the sensor to be visible. Like you can hide it, but the problem is that you cannot hide it. But we are trying to get less mistakes from that. So, but that is also one big problem. So right now that is not something that I'm really proud of, but I'm actually proud of that, But for in 3 months we get the uh, quality of catching the things in the space, which I had in this game played before, which is on OptiTrack. And the OptiTrack technology is the guys spend millions of dollars. They spend a lot of time to do that, and we just took the HTC Vive technology, which is already done, and put it in our and made content for that. And we spent few months for that, and we got the same level of the interaction with the objects. That is actually something really special for me. I mean, I think that is cool. Because, yeah, a few years ago they spent a lot of time on that because there were nothing about that. Right now the technologies are giving you this possibility, and we have a good IT software engineers, and they just and right now like 2 guys are working for that project, for that demo that we are demonstrating, because we just tried that, and we are right now actually, and after the conference I will be closer to that project. We are adding more IT software engineers. We are adding modelers which will draw the models for the game and all that stuff, and so on. So we are raising the team of IT department to do that game. But like 2 people in 3 months made something that other company did few years ago, but for a long time with a lot of money. That is something really cool. This is the modern world, because yeah, like 200 years ago to invent a phone, it was hard, I think. Right now, to put everything together to get the phone done and put the internet there and so on, I think you know how many Chinese companies are doing that every day. So no, it's HTC Vive, VIVE, HTC Vive, HT1T, HTC. Yeah, you can Google it and watch it. They made the new helmet, new glasses this May, which is called HTC Vive Pro, and yeah. So in some countries it's not even selling. They're not selling it even in Russia. So we are getting this equipment from out of of the borders from other. They just didn't do that before. So and we are already working on it. So a lot of interesting stuff around, and we just want to be in this theme. We are okay. So I have already my Saturday night coming to the middle. Thank you for participating. Thank you for listening. I hope you liked this webinar. I hope you will share this information. You will get more reviews of this video in the future on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel. I really hope to see you on our conference in Nashville. Not our conference, on the conference, I mean, where we will participate in, of course. Ken, today you were the one who was writing in the chat today. Thank you for that. Thank you for your questions. Not so many. I have viewers, but nobody's writing in chat. Okay. Hope you liked it anyway. Thank you for participation. Hope to see you soon. But the next webinar will be, I don't know when, somewhere in August, because I'm going to the US. Or maybe I will provide a new webinar from the US exactly. Maybe I will tell you my emotions from the conference, some ideas from there. So yeah, I think maybe the next webinar will be about that. So let's keep in touch. Don't forget to subscribe. Put the big thumb up for this translation, for this video, and see you soon. Bye bye.